truly believe that in certain communities, it's felt that the police are out there conducting business based on people's race. And like I said, with all my years of experience, I've never worked with another officer who said, hey, you see the black guy in that car? Let's stop him because he's black. That just doesn't happen. I've never experienced it. I've never seen another officer engage in that type of activity. And you know, the bad apple tree scenario, I don't think that it exists, especially in LAPD. I think LAPD over the years has taken leaps and bounds over the rest of the country to not engage in that type of activity with all the training that we're given. It really doesn't occur. I've never seen it.
Okay, Mario, thank you. We're gonna. You have plenty of opportunity to speak, but I'll leave you with this: just because you don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
And
go ahead.
I know it might exist in some places, but it's far and few between. The George Floyd incidents, incidents of people dying at the hands of the police unjustly, are very, very far and few between. I think it's pushed out there in the media to push a false narrative, so that, I don't know, for political reasons, to help push certain ideas forward that just aren't true.
Thank you, Mario. We'll get back to you. Part of the reason that it's hard for that statement to be made and justified is that there is no federal database that's kept on community members that are killed by the police. There is no database. Our federal government doesn't keep those records. They keep records and meticulous statistics on officers that are killed. But when it comes to citizens, we have to rely upon the Washington Post. We have to rely upon media outlets to keep track of those incidences around the country because our government doesn't do it. And that's a problem.
One thing that really caught my attention was that an officer said because he hasn't experienced it, he doesn't believe it happens. That kind of hit my heart in a certain way, because it's like, just because somebody in your family hasn't caught the corona doesn't mean it's not real. So just because you think it's not real, are you just going to walk around not wearing a mask? So it's kind of like you can't be ignorant to these type of things, whether or not you've experienced it or not. It's a cause and effect. You're just not. It's human nature to react. So if something bad happens, you're going to get a bad reaction. If something good happens, you're going to get a good reaction. So you trying to negate and cut off that natural reaction isn't going to help the situation at all. So instead of saying, oh, I haven't seen it, so I believe it's not real, try to just, I'm not saying change your opinion, but just try to, empathize with other people's opinions, before you try to state certain things in a very, critical, very passionate, fragile environment. It just seems very kind of, not empathetic to me. That's all.